Tonight, we take the stage under the lights in Music City, not at the Superspeedway, but instead at Nashville Fairgrounds. Live on V-Speed, we bring to you the original Rebels Racing League Truck Series, presented by Golden Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. Stepping in for Morgan Cook tonight, I'll be your host and producer, Logan Threlkeld. Let's take a quick look here at our track map and race analysis for tonight before we head into our starting grid in just a few moments, as these drivers are finishing up their qualifying efforts. Nashville Fairgrounds, just a half-mile track in length, 18 degrees of banking in the turns. That four-corner regular oval setup opened back in January of 1904. A lot of history here in Nashville, Tennessee for this track, but most importantly, where are we sitting at in points? Dylan Bates is at the top of the board, who I do not see on the track just yet. 145 points on the season, and I believe with the most season wins so far, 3 on the books for Bates. Cody Bain second in the points behind him at 124. Elliott Carlson 121. Jacob Bain at 119. Stephen Davis with 116 points. Billy Bigley Jr. with 113. Kieran Church 108. Mike V with the other regular season win at 106, tied with Jason Lottridge at 106, and Eric Tracy at 106 points on the season. We're here for race number 5. November 3rd, Nashville Fairgrounds. We will have 150 laps here tonight on the docket as the drivers have finished up their gridding. Let's get right down to it and take a look at who's taking home our Kinder Farm and Ranch Pole Award. The 09 of Elliott Carlson will take home that Kinder Farm and Ranch Pole Award winning title. Fantastic effort from him on that qualifying run. We'll move right on into the rest of our grid here. Carlson takes the number 1 spot next to Garrett Kinder. Very, very close to taking that own title of the Kinder Farm and Ranch Pole Award, but did not quite have enough with an 18.555. In the second row, Corey Bigley in the 28 machine starts out in third next to AJ Rogers on his outside. Cody Bain in the 78 will start out here in 5th next to Jacob Bain in the 18 starting out in 6th. Alex Veith in the 51 will start in the 7th position, and to his outside, Tyler Rice in the 6th machine. Here in 9th, Stephen Davis in the 60, next to Josh Oswald in the 10th spot. Brandon Wallace in the 99 will start out here in 12th, next to Johnny Cofield in 13th. And to round out this 15-car field here tonight, Christopher Heiner in the 24 will start out in 14th, with Mike V on the outside of the last row in 15th. These drivers are getting ready to start their pacing laps. We'll get right down to it here. As you see, not a very big track whatsoever here at Nashville Fairgrounds, but it will be a fantastic race regardless. Sitting on that pole position with the 13 to his outside, Garrett Kinder. So we're going to come around here, turns 3 and 4. One more time by. Race analysis up on the screen. 150 laps scheduled for tonight. Pit road speed of 35 miles an hour. We have 3 tire sets available. That's 1 on the trucks and 2 over the wall. 2 green, white checkered attempts at the end of this race if needed. A 60% fuel load. Regular iRacing fixed trucks rather, take the green flag as Elliott Carlson off to a fantastic start. Already a truck link on 13 of Kinder. Kinder's not going to let him get away easily by any means, but Elliott Carlson does take the first lead lap of the race. Quite a few drivers out of this race immediately, down to 11 cars on the field rather than the 15 that was on the starting grid. Points leader Bates not in the race tonight. So this will allow some of these drivers to start catching back up, and we will have potentially a new race winner unless Mike Veith has anything to say about it. There's a yellow already out on the track. That is the 18 of Jacob Bain. Back there in turn number 4. Take it back here and see what happened on our Salty South Leather replay camera. Back stretch here. We'll see this start to progress as he hits loose with turn number 3, sideways in front of the 6, able to avoid him, but does tag the wall just a little bit there, about midway through turn number 4. Overall, could have been much worse, could have collected quite a few cars there, but that was our first caution replay brought to you by Salty South Leather. The 18, not a whole lot of damage on the front end of that truck. He came out of it pretty well unscathed. Use that fast repair this early in the race by any means. Still in the lead though, Elliott Carlson in the 09. Garrett Kinder behind him. Corey Bigley in the 3rd position. Not a whole lot of movement through the top 5. A.J. Rogers still in 4th. Cody Bain still there in 5th. Tyler Rice back here in the 6th position. He's up 2 so far. Alex Veith remains in 7th. Josh Oswald up to 8th, 2 positions gained. Christopher Heiner behind him, 2 positions into 9th. Jacob Bain in that 18 machine does lose 4 spots on that caution, but Mike Veith reaps the benefits with 1 position gain as well. Not the start that these drivers want to see. Nashville Fairgrounds, typically pretty good racing here. Got the opportunity to put down some decent green flag runs at any given moment, especially with such a short field. We did regain 1 driver back to the field after that initial start. Stephen Davis in that 60 machine, he will be 1 lap down at the moment. May end up gaining a wave around opportunity here. Does not look like it as the pace truck lights are out. We're going to double back up here for the first restart of the race. Garrett Kinder still in a good spot there on that outside line in that 13 machine. This pace truck's going to come off here. We'll see him go green just in a second. The 09 is going to step on the loud pedal. We're back under green flag. Another big jump for Elliott Carlson right off the rip. Side by side through 1 and 2. Garrett Kinder, Corey Bigley in the 28th on the inside. 2 by 2 for the first 2 rows. A.J. Rogers, Cody Bain right behind him. Kinder gets the edge here through 1 and 2. He's going to get clear of the 28 machine. Cody Bame, AJ Rogers battling it out for that 4th position. Things do finally swing around, but Mike Feed back here into the inside wall. A little bit of contact from behind him. We stay here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Carlson with another lap led. Single filed out now. It's just going to be a matter of these drivers taking advantage of the mistakes of the person in front of them. Slides up through turns 1 and 2, brings it back down low on the exit, though, carries enough speed to stay in front of the 13 once more. Late on the brakes, gets to the back bumper of the 13. They take a peek to the inside, he rolls. Not enough momentum to get the inside line on the Kinder machine. Cody Bame in that 78 Miller Lite truck is waiting for either one of these two to make contact here so he can take some advantage of the situation and gain positions. Kinder just going to be battling it out here, trying to chase down Carlson. Carlson's going to take advantage and start putting some distance between the 1st and 2nd spot on the field. Second as we enter turn number 3 here. Rogers scored as number 10 on the ticker, number 17 on the field. In this race. Lost that spot to Cody Bame. A few laps to go. Down 1 at the moment. Keeping up the pace with the top 5 as Jacob Bame gets a little sideways out of turn number 4, straightens it up. To catch up to the 6th time. Oswald in that 17, the true 17, and catch up to the back end of Bame. See a little bit further back here, battle for the 10th position. Christopher Heiner, Mike Bean. It's Stephen Davis and Christopher Heiner Davis. Still 1 lap down. Heiner 10th, Davis in 12th. Carlson still leading this field here. Crossing to start lap 23. Carlson, Kinder, Bigley, Bame, Rogers, Rice, Bame, Oswald, Veith. All these drivers just tearing it up right now. One thing you really have to take into account, that tire count over the wall. Only 2 available. Once they start to cycle, more and more effective here in the Racing League Truck Series. See that 28 machine starting to catch back up to have an opportunity Rogers. Second and a half back to 7th, Josh Oswald. Garrett Kinder was able to close the gap down to just a quarter of a second. Kinder with a big run down the back stretch. He continues to close that gap lap after lap. He's going to look to the outside, does not have enough momentum, but going to make a really good drive off of turn number 2 to the inside of the 09. He gets by. Has enough room to slide up in front, but sideways out of turn number 4. Kinder does clean the lap led, however, stays to the inside of the 9 of Carlson. He's got a hold of that. 13 and the 9, first time we're seeing a real battle here in first place as the 28 of Bigley joins the picture. Kinder edges out Carlson for another lap led. Trucks, Kinder and Bain, both a little sideways out of turn number 4. Tires already big factor here. Obviously here under the lights, temperature's not too terribly high. Track temperature is 73 degrees here, so a lot of drivers just really pushing these trucks to their limit. See some tire wear being big. Racing up here at the front of the field. Jacob Bain in the 18 machine brought it down just a few laps ago. Topped off on fuel on that visit. Bigley have an opportunity. Kinder sideways again. Bigley not enough momentum down the front stretch to capitalize. With the 28 of Bigley. A little bit of a slip and slide effect out of turn 4. We have lap traffic now in play. That's the 9 of Mike Feet, that white truck on the outside line. Almost to the back bumper here. Might see Bigley Kinder at some point. He's got to be frustrated being stuck behind this 13 truck for so long. Again, nobody in the top 5 really moving anywhere. Carlson, Kinder, Bigley, Rogers, Bain started where they're at. Was able to catch up there in the back end of Carlson for a few laps, but now back to that half-second gap to the leader. Top 5 now separated by 2 seconds. A.J. Rogers, Cody Bain back here, needing to get around the 9 feet. Unable to. Jesse Rogers take the inside. Almost contact for the 78 and the 9. Able to keep it off the door. Back up here to Bigley and Kinder. Setting up for a long attempt at a higher speed down the front stretch, rather. Wasn't able to break down as much as he needed to get to the inside of the 13 machine. Maybe sticking to that middle line here, cuts it down on the corner exit, trying to gain that momentum. Being only a half-mile track, very hard to do. Heiner. About 3/10 of a second back from the 51 of Alex Veith. It's our next closest battle on the field. Heiner up 2, Veith down 1. Josh Oswald at 17 machine. Currently sitting in 7th, up 3 positions from his starting spot. Bigley still trying to get around the 13 of Kinder. Closing in on 1/3 of the way through this race here. Carlson leading the majority of the laps. Kinder was able to get by for about 2 or 3. Carlson kept that momentum going. Got back around the 13 machine. He's been leading ever since. Stretching that gap out to 6/10 of a second. That's 60% on these trucks. It should be at any given moment that we see these trucks come down for some fresh tires and to top off the fuel. Carlson working his way through some lap traffic now. Got by the 51 of Alex Veith, putting in 1 lap down. Up ahead of him, we have the 24 of Christopher Heiner. And the 17 of Oswald. Lap traffic not affecting Carlson whatsoever. However, Garrett Kinder stretching that gap out even more, over a second to first place now as they finally get to the low side of the 51 of Veith. The 13 and the 28. Both able to clear the 51 now. It's time to catch up to the 24, make their way around them. Carlson already able to do so. Looking to stretch this lead out even more. Taking the low side. Kinder able to put Heiner between himself and Bigley, giving him a little bit of a gap there. Still catching a little bit of dirty air from the back end of the 09 of Carlson. As the 18 into the wall just a tad. Not gonna hurt him, but might have slowed him down just enough to make him play. Carlson wonder, should I stay in the gas? Kinder now closing the gap to first place. As Carlson still trying to make their way around the 18 of Jacob Babe. Bigley now catching up to 13 machine once more. He needs a good run out of these corners as the 18 slides way down the race surface. Little loose there for Jacob Bain, able to collect it on the track without causing a caution in front of our leaders. Kinder and Bigley looking to take the inside line around the 18. Door to door here with a lap traffic. The 13 is clear. The works once again there. The 28 sticking to the low line. Still battling with the 18 of Bane. Falls back quite a bit. This will be his opportunity to get around him as Bane goes way up the racetrack. Side by side, the 18 and the 28. 18 loose and 3, little bit of contact on the right rear corner. Nothing doing. The 28 Bigley still cannot get around the lap traffic. Kinder to get out by over half a second now. The 18 of Bame into the wall. Finally, the 28 clears. Kinder now out by almost a full second on Bigley after all that battling. Carlson up almost a second and a half on Kinder. Around to start lap 65. Stephen Davis is elected to come out of the race now. Did not see an opportunity to get that one lap back. He's back behind the wall. Quick run through your field as it sits. Carlson in first, Kinder in second, Bigley still in third. Rogers, Bame in the 78 machine, Cody Bame that is. Those top 5 have not moved. Tyler Rice back in 6th, up 2. Josh Oswald back in 7th, up 3. Christopher Heiner up 3 as well in 8th position. Alex Veith in the 51 back in 9th, down 2 positions. Mike Veith up 2 positions in 10th. And Jacob Bame in the 18, down 5 so far. Mike Veith, Jacob Bame both down 2 laps. Heiner, Alex Veith down 1 lap. Carlson comes around to lead yet another lap. Just an absolutely dominating performance so far. Give him about 10 more, and he will have half of this race led so far. Chat, internet issues are what has taken out the 60 of Stephen Davis. Very unfortunate. He did have an opportunity as we have a caution on the track now. Where did this happen? I believe that's going to be the 18 of Jacob Bame. We'll take a look at our Salty South Leather replay camera. To you by Salty South Leather. Quite a good race so far as we're going to see majority of the field come down. Elliott Carlson leading the field into the pits. Still a few cars out there on track. 13 of Garrett Kinder will assume the lead here. It's a 28 of Bigley behind him. The 78 who we just saw avoiding the 18 on that back stretch. He'll take up the third position. Finally, a decent shuffle in the field here. Elliott Carlson will cycle out here to fourth position. almost half the race led for that 09. Not sure what happened on that pit cycle for him while we were taking a look at that replay camera. But falling 3 positions. The 13 of Kinder getting the side draft off of the pace truck. Lights are out. We'll see him stack back up here, double file. Watching the original Rebels Racing League Truck Series on Sunday nights, presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. So 13 will take the green flag here, and he is away. Sticks to the inside line as you see Elliott Carlson back there in the 09, dove to the inside, the 78 all over the back of the 13. Corey Bigley sticking to that outside line, great momentum down the back stretches. He's going to get back door to door with the 13. The 78 will look to the high side, falls in behind Bigley. Bigley, I believe, claims that lap lead. The 13 just stuck on the bottom. That outside line finally working for Bigley as he finally gets around. He will take over first place solely. The 78 looking to follow. Cody Bain, the 13 of Kinder, into the wall, a little loose. Elliott Carlson right behind him. Bigley with a good run out of the corner. Kinder, likewise for him. Gets clear of the 78 and back into second place. We are single file back out now. Bigley leading this race way high up on the racetrack. Going to give Kinder an opportunity to get to the inside. Not enough. Bigley goes around one more time in the lead. Kinder gets to the bumper, but Bigley just a better drive out of turn 2. Cody Bain in that 78 machine just waiting, lurking back there behind the 13 of Kinder. Carlson behind him, losing a little bit of ground, but maybe playing it safe. Let these 3 race it out, use up their tires, and then he'll be able to make a move later on. 80 laps down. We're well over halfway through this race now. Bigley in the lead still. Kinder right behind him. Cody Bain, Elliott Carlson, Tyler Rice up another position into 5th. Separation now between these top 5 drivers. A little bit of room to work with. Carlson down to the low side of the racetrack, falling back, letting Tyler Rice in the 6th machine gain another position. Not sure what's happened there. Carlson got loose out of turn 2. These 2 are going to be side by side as we've got another caution on the racetrack. Not entirely sure what has happened here. Go back to our Salty South Leather replay camera and see if we can find it. 09 of Mike Veith. Take another identified root cause. 24 just moves out of turn number 4. Got down to the low side of the track with only one car sticking to the high side. I'm rather surprised that came out as a caution, but you know, that's racing sometimes. Going to give some of these drivers an opportunity to get back on the lead lap. Bigley still sitting in a good spot up here in the number 1 position. Kinder behind him. Cody Boehm in 3rd. Elliott Carlson still sitting in 4th after that last restart. AJ Rogers will be in the 5th position. Oswald, Rice, Alex Veith, Christopher Heiner, Mike Veith, and 2 drivers behind the wall, Jacob Boehm, Stephen Davis. Brandon Wallace has decided to join the race. He's going to be 82 laps down. But finishing points are better than no points. So lights go out on the pace truck once more. These drivers will double up. Will be green flag racing in just one more set of corners. Bigley up 2, Cody Boehm up 1, Josh Oswald up 5, Tyler Rice up 1, Christopher Heiner up 4, Mike Veith up 3. As we sit right now, coming into the Geico restart zone, be under control of the 28 of Bigley. Good jump for him, sticking to that high side. He's got the 13 still at the bumper. But we've seen Bigley liking that high line out of turn number 2. Back down to that lower middle line. So the 28 will get clear of the 13. Elliott Carlson able to make his way around Cody Boehm back here on that last lap. Not quite clear. Now he is. Carlson back up to the top 3 now. Oswald and Rogers battling it out here for the 5th position. Tyler Rice right behind them, just laying in wait. Right there, number 10 on the ticker once more. Action 17 of Oswald in the red and white. Single file out there for the 5th spot. Bigley extremely high on the track. He's going to hit all the momentum out of turn 2. Fending off the 09 of Elliott Carlson. Carlson and Cody Boehm all over the back bumpers. Boehm looks to take the inside line. That inside line does not have the momentum to get down the backstroke before turn 3. With almost 0.4 of a second difference between the 28 and the 13. That middle line working great for the 28 car. The 13 sticks to the bottom, saving those tires in the long run, but allowing Bigley to get a bigger lead. Lap after lap. Rice is caught up to the back end of Josh Oswald in 6th position. Rice will take a look to the inside. He gets to the bumper. He's going to have the inside line into 3 and 4. Rice able to carry the momentum on that low line, gets clear of the 17, and he claims the 6th position. Rice now up 2. Separated by that low line. He decides to finally change things up. He's through turns 3 and 4. Back to the low middle line. 1 and 2. On the back end of the 28 machine right now. Taking a look at the 13 of Kinder. Kinder loose out of 4. Able to hold it down. 100 laps completed. Got 51 to go. Track than he wants to be, allows the O9 to get to the inside here. Kinder able to edge him out across the start-finish line. Carlson able to work his way up. He gets the nose. Sticking to that low line, a little bit of a slide through turns 3 and 4 for the O9. Just can't carry that momentum. Now he's got to worry about the 78 of Cody Bain getting around him now. Trapped on that bottom line is not where you want to be as Elliott Carlson slips back up behind the 78 machine, losing 1 position in that battle. It's the 10, rather the 17. A.J. Rogers sees all this battling going on ahead. He's able to catch back up a little bit. For the back, a battle between Alex Veith and Christopher Heiner for the 8th position. Two-thirds of the way through this race now. Bigley sits in first, Kinder in second, Cody Bain in the 3rd spot, Elliott Carlson in 4th, A.J. Rogers 5th, Tyler Rice in 6th, Josh Oswald 7th, Alex Veith in 8th, Christopher Heiner in 9th, Mike Veith in 10th. Back bumper, the 78, through the corners. It's a little bit lower of an entry. The 78 sees it, slides down. It's a little bit of aero locking on the front end of the 9. The 09, rather. Bigley able to put some distance between 1st and 2nd. 3/4 of a second out and ahead of Garrett Kinder in that 13 machine. Lap 110 now. Apologize to Cody Bain. I called that the Miller Light truck earlier. Could not quite see the wording on the side. Now seeing that as Velocity Motorsports. Not Miller Lite. Same paint scheme, different words. As he's still fending off the 09 of Elliott Carlson, keeping his top 3 position at the moment. Top 5 last time around, separated by less than 1/10 of a second on the lap times. Not much difference between these drivers. About a half second of fall off since putting those fresh tires on. About 40 laps ago. So the weather, the temperature on the track very much helping out the tire wear factor here. have one set available over the wall. Most likely looking to save that for a late race caution. On board the 09 of Elliott Carlson. 69 laps led for the 09 machine as he is all over the bumper. Little bit of contact on that left rear of the 78. Babe able to hold it down. Didn't affect him much whatsoever. Carlson doing everything he can to try to work around this machine. Just no openings. As the 28 of Corey Bigley now catching up to some lap traffic. Once again, the 9 of Mike Veith in front of him. This is going to give Garrett Kinder the opportunity he needs to catch back up. Veith runs high on the racetrack, out of the way of the leaders. Into the wall, comes back down in front of the 78. Not ideal. No contact made between any of the drivers, though. On Veith to get out of the way. Makes his way around the 9 machine as well. Carlson still all over the back bumper of Cody Bain. Ground on Bigley after making their way past the lap traffic here. Bigley able to stretch that lead out to over half a second once more. Got down to about 3/10 while they were trying to navigate the 9 truck. Back a bit further again. 24 of Heiner still trying to catch up to the 51 of Alex Veith. See the 99 of Wallace back here. Glad to see him on the track. Did not make the start. Still 82 laps down, but looking to gain some positioning of the other trucks that have left. Jacob Boehm and Stephen Davis. If he can get out here and turn, looks like 27 more laps. If he can make it to lap 150, he might be able to take the 11th position away from Jacob Boehm. He should be able to pass Stephen Davis rather easily. About 9 laps to go for that. Back up here at the front, Corey Bigley. Garrett Kinder is slowly closing that gap. But the main battle on the track right now still between the 78 of Cody Boehm and the 09 of Elliott Carlson. Carlson just unable to make his way around the Velocity Motorsports Chevy. That BMS Toyota. A.J. Rogers back there in that 17 machine. He's caught up to these two as well. Driving way deeper as the 78 goes up the track. That's going to allow Carlson and Rogers both to get by. Boehm losing 2 positions in 1 corner. Carlson now back up into the top 3. Rogers will look to make his way into the top 3. Garrett Kinder, a little bit of a slip up here in the last couple of laps, allowing Bigley out to 9/10 of a second. Carlson a lot of room to make up to catch back up to Kinder, right around the same gap time. 1 second separating the 2nd and 3rd position. Bigley, the star of the second half of this race, leading just about every single lap since that 2nd restart. Carlson only falling back due to the pit strategy he had, but able to work back up through the field at least a little bit. He does have quite a bit of time to try to regain this as he has closed that gap on Kinder rapidly, now within 4/10 of a second of the 13 machine. passing not going to be easy. We've come around to start lap 130, 20 to go now for Elliott Carlson to make his way back up to that #1 spot. But first has to get past the 13 of Kinder. As he is now caught up to all over the back bumper through turn 3 and 4. And we've got a caution on the track. That's the 51 of Alex Veith and the 99 of Wallace. Wallace, heavy damage to that truck. You can see it's crab walking down on the apron there. We'll take it back to our Salty South Leather replay camera and figure out what happened between these two drivers. Taking a look at the 51 here, we'll hop on the nose of this truck. One lap back a little too far. Started right there. All right, let's take another look at this from a different set of cameras. The 99 of Wallace catching up to the 51. 51, a little bit loose on the corner exit into the wall. Just the 99 had no time to react whatsoever. Plows right into him. The 99 collected as well by another driver. Back one more time, see who got into the side of Brandon Wallace here. Comes up, oh no, Corey Bigley. Big hit into the 99. Did not realize he got collected in that as well. Tough break for the 28 machine as he was in the lead there. Back to our live feed. Trucks. The 99 of Wallace able to use that fast repair, so he's back out on the racetrack. Let's take a look at the 28. 28 also using that fast repair. As all of these drivers have come down pit road, put fresh tires on, and topped off on fuel, make sure they can make it to the end here. But Elliott Carlson reassumes the lead once more. Garrett Kinder in second, Cody Bame in third, Corey Bigley. Big upset for Bigley there. Falls back to fourth. Tyler Rice still in fifth. Josh Oswald in sixth. Christopher Heiner seventh. AJ Rogers in eighth. Alex Veith in ninth. Mike Veith in 10th. Jacob Bame still off the track, sitting in 11th right now. Brandon Wallace does make it past Stephen Davis to claim the 12th spot. Stephen Davis off the track. Drivers are stacked up once more. 4 cautions so far. 8 lead changes between these drivers up here in the front of the pack. Not too bad for Nashville Fairgrounds. The pace truck is going to come off track once more. Elliott Carlson will take the green flag. In the restart zone, Carlson's away. Little bit of a wiggle there for the 78 of Cody Bame. Carlson able to get out in front decently here off of this restart. Garrett Kinder, Corey Bigley all over that back bumper. Bigley wants to get back to the front of this pack. The 78 of Bame slots up in front of Bigley. The 17, the actual 17, Josh Oswald. Now he'll be battling with Bigley. Bigley able to stay in front of Oswald. Oswald sideways into the inside wall. No caution on the track. Heavy. Now there's a caution flag. Heavy front left damage on the 17 of Oswald. Another replay here brought to you by the Salty South Leather. There's any contact here from Oswald. Just loose out of the corner. Maybe a little arrow block in the back end of the 28 machine. into that front left. We're nearing 10 to go here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Love this angle of the blimp camera. You can just about see every inch of this track. So we have Elliott Carlson still in the lead. You're absolutely correct, Kevin. This is going to be a sprint race. We're going to go green with about 9 to go. 8 or 9 laps to go. I've lost count of how many they've gone around so far on this pace cycle. You are 100% correct. It is going to be an all-out battle for these final laps here. Lights are still on the truck. Continue to go around in circles at a slow speed. I'm sure itching to get this restart underway and see what they can do, especially that 28 machine of Bigley back here after that big incident on the last caution. Making his way up. As it sits right now, we're finally going to have our third winner of the season as Mike Veith 2 laps down. And Bates not in the race tonight. So we will be crowning a new race winner tonight. Unless something just absolutely crazy happens. Mike Veith is able to unlap himself 2 times. Just a mere 8 laps. Seemingly impossible, but I've seen crazier things on the surface. The pace lights are out. Down the backstretch, doubled up once more. The 09 on the loud pedal once more. 9 to the 78 of Cody Bain, seemingly leaving Garrett Kinder in the dust. The 28 of Bigley slots in. Bigley looking to the inside of Garrett Kinder. The 78 side by side with Carlson is a big wiggle through turn 4. Spins him down the backstretch. Not a whole lot of damage until that second hit with the wall. We're going to come through 1 and 2 here. On top of the 13 machine. 78. 13, just a little bit of contact there in that right rear. That is enough to send the front nose of that truck around and into the wall for the 78. Another top contender up here all night, falling to the clutches of Nashville Fairgrounds. Carlson able to stay clean out of that. Mike Veith finally able to get a lucky dog. He's going to get 1 lap back here. Kinder will take over the second spot. Cody Bain obviously having to bring that truck down pit road. Finally using his fast repair. He'll fall all the way back to 8th position after that. That brings Corey Bigley back into the picture, though. That 28 machine right there. 3rd position. Back in a podium spot. See if he'll have the momentum to get around Kinder and Carlson. Tyler Rice now up to 4th. Highest positioning he's been all day. Christopher Heiner back here in the 24 machine. He's up 6. Biggest gainer so far. We'll see if things shake out any differently. interesting end to this race. Do keep in mind 2 green-white checkered attempts available at the end of this, as this will be a natural green-white checkered attempt. Pace truck lights are out again. We will double up one more time here. Start zone, and on the gas he goes. Big jump for Carlson there. Kinder on the inside of Bigley. Apologize, Kinder on the inside of Rice. And more carnage in the back. That is A.J. Rogers getting sent around. Take a look and see what happened to him here after this restart. Another replay brought to you by Salty South Leather. 17 to the inside of the 24, 3 wide at the fairgrounds there. Out just comes across the nose of the 24 and self-clears into the inside wall. Not a whole lot of damage, but that is going to most likely require that fast repair to be used if he wants to be in any sort of competition at the end of this. A.J. Rogers, 17 on the field, 10 on the ticker. Brings it down pit road. Going to get all that damage repaired. Mike Veith, we mentioned it. I've seen crazier things. Mike Veith back on the lead lap now. Brandon Wallace able to gain enough laps to get around Jacob Bain. The 18's Wallace now scored in 11th. This brings Tyler Rice up to his highest position so far in the race, sitting there in 2nd. Up 6 positions from where he started. Opposite line of the 09. Kinder will restart on the inside. Bigley to the outside of Kinder. It's going to be a battle up here in the top 5 for certain. Cody Bain back there in the 78 machine. He'll be on the inside line as well. One more time, then the pace truck light should be out. Silent night for some of these drivers out here. He's been back and forth through the field so far, but back up to his starting position there in the number 1 spot. Cody Bain, he's been up front all night in that 78 machine, but he is now back to the 5th spot where he started. Got A.J. Rogers, Alex Veith there in 7th. Not a whole lot of movement for Veith tonight. Couple gainers, couple losers in the field. Overall, fantastic way to finish this race here. So the pace truck lights are out. They're coming off the track now. The 09 into the restart zone, and he is away. Rice not able to get on the pedal just as fast as Carlson. Carlson with a big lead. We are nearly 3 wide there for 2nd place momentarily. Bigley with the big run off the corner. Kinder on the low side of the Rice machine. 78 gets in the back bumper of Kinder there just a tad. We're white flag away. The 51 spins into the inside wall, but it doesn't matter. There goes the 28 of Bigley into the wall. The 78 machine spins around. Rice, Carlson, it's all up to them. Carlson comes around, turn 3 and 4. He is clear as he will take away the win tonight. Our third season. I apologize, that caught me off guard. Third winner of the season, Elliott Carlson here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Tyler Rice unable to catch up. Garrett Kinder was unable to get around the 6 machine coming out of 4. Separated by 0.075 of a second coming across the line as Carlson is now driving backwards on the track and straight into the front of Bigley. It is carnage post-race here in the original Rebels Racing League. Well, I guess he didn't want to celebrate much. Blew up the engine with that front-end contact with Bigley, so he can't burn it down, but still got the win. Take it to a quick commercial break here, and we'll be right back with our post-race coverage brought to you. Excuse me. Brought to you by Flexible Freight Solutions. We'll be right back. And we're back live for our post-race show sponsored by Flexible Freight Solutions. We'll take a quick look at our results here and kind of go through some awards here that Original Rebels Racing League has to offer. Elliott Carlson taking home the win tonight after a dominating performance in the last half of that race, first half of the race rather. Able to recover and back up to the front of the pack. Tyler Rice able to collect a couple positions there towards the end of the race, finishing out in second. Garrett Kinder down 1 position, started out in second, falls back to third narrowly to Tyler Rice across the line. Christopher Heiner up 9 positions for him in the 4th spot. Mike Veith will take home 5th tonight in that 9 machine. AJ Rogers behind him in 6th. Corey Bigley, after a big incident there on the last lap, takes home the 7th spot in that 28 machine. Cody Bames, same instance there for the 78, will take home 8th. Alex Veith in the 51 will take home 9th tonight. And Josh Oswald will be the last one in the top 10. Behind Oswald, Brandon Wallace, a late entry into the race, but able to collect a couple more positions. Wallace will take home the 11th spot in that 99 machine, 84 laps down. Jacob Boehm with an early exit tonight in the 18 machine, taking home 12th. Stephen Davis with some internet issues will also eliminate him early on in the race, taking home 13th. And Johnny Cofield did not make the field, but joined very last second to gain some 14th place points. Aside from that, though, we do have a couple awards here to hand out in the field. And one of them would be the Veith's Best Paint Award, the Veith's 3D Printing Best Paint Award. And I'm going to have to give that one to the 24, the Valvoline machine of Christopher Heiner. Really like that paint job on that truck. Very clean race for him for the most part. Most of these drivers getting caught up in something, but came out on the back end looking pretty good there, Christopher Heiner. Next, we have the Hard Charger Award. That'll be presented by No Next Fast Repair. And Hard Charger, that is the most gaining positions out of the field. Also going to the 24 up 9, but also tied with the 9 of Mike Veith, up 9 positions as well tonight. Showing great speed through the field and able to avoid some instances there at the late ending of the race. Both of those drivers, congratulations to them. And last but not least, we have the Tough Luck Award, or the Hard Luck Award, rather, presented by Rice Farms. And that is going to go to, unfortunately, Jacob Boehm, who was not on the track towards the end of that race, but started out and lost 6 positions overall. Unfortunate for the 18 machine here tonight. We'll get right into our post-race interviews here. We're going to bring up our third place finisher. That'll be Garrett Kinder in the 13 machine, and have a quick word with Mr. Kinder. If I could find the right buttons to push, that would be fantastic. Garrett Kinder, you got Logan Threlcut up here in the V-Speed booth. You've got a copy?
I got you, Logan.
Man, you had one heck of a race here tonight. Started out in second. You didn't get a whole lot of movement for the most part through this race. Only 7 laps led there as you were battling for that top spot in the early running. But for the most part, you stayed right here in second. Give me a quick run through of your race, buddy. What was your thought process while you were trying to make that pass?
Man, during that pass, when I was trying to get around Elliott, I got a run on him, and I said, I know the top's going to be. It's hard to pass this track anyway. You cut it unless it's on a restart, and then the top rolls really good. But later on in the run, I thought maybe I could sneak in underneath and just kind of inch my way forward every lap. I knew it would take a few laps to get it done, and then end up getting loose under him a couple times. So I just, said, all right, I led a couple laps out of this deal, let him get back in front and try and save a little bit tire. But yeah, it was fun. It was good, clean racing, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. A fantastic race overall. 150 laps here. It's no easy feat at Nashville Fairgrounds to do that with as few cautions as you had. A very early, long green flag run of about 65 laps or so after that first caution. So it turned out to be a pretty good show up here. That was fun to watch. But Garrett, you just didn't quite have the pace. You finished behind Tyler Rice by .075 of a second. You almost had him across the line. What was your final thoughts there on that last lap?
Well, I thought I was going to end up about fourth or fifth off that restart, but Cody shoved me down in the turn one pretty good and gave me a speed boost, and I was 4 tire sliding through 1 and 2, and I just happened to catch it at the perfect time for a corner exit, so I throttled up, and I knew Tyler was out there, and I knew that the outside was strong on those restarts, so man, it was basically I was trying to back the corner entry up a little bit so I could get a good run off, just so I could keep him a little bit honest and keep him up there. Man, if I'd had a couple more laps, I might have been able to get back around him. But that outside was strong, and I just didn't have the right positioning right there.
That's all it comes down to is just being able to save those tires. And, you did a great job of doing so. We saw you able to close the gap to Carlson quite a few times, just never able to really get around him. But overall, a solid finish here in third place. Garrett, is there anybody you'd like to say thanks to for your success tonight?
Yeah, of course, I want to thank my beautiful wife for letting me come and hang out with the guys and do a little racing on Sunday nights. Thank everybody over here at Rebels. Man, I've been with these guys for a long time and love racing over here. It's always a good time with them. Kinder Farm and Ranch Ratchet Speed Shop, Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers, uh, guys over at Velocity Motorsports, bunch of those guys running over here, SPM guys, and they're short track experts. So this first time I've been on a short track in a while with them, so it was good to get back out there and have a good showing with them. Yeah, I thank Tyler and Cody for running the truck series. Thank Brandon for heading up the whole league. Thank you up in the booth, and just thank everybody that keeps lights on over here.
Very well said, Garrett Kinder. Again, third place finish, 7 laps led tonight. Started out in second, losing the one spot, but overall Can't complain too much here with the 5th race of the season. Garrett, thank you for your time, and we will see you next week at New Hampshire.
All right, sounds good.
We'll move right on along to our second place finisher. That'll be Tyler Rice in the 6 machine. We'll get Tyler up here in the booth now. Have a quick word with him. Tyler Rice, Logan Threlkeld up here in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you had quite the run there. You started out in 8th tonight. You're able to gain 6 positions, and most of them very late in the race. With about, I'd say 25 to 30 laps to go, you started working your way up through the field. What was the strategy call on that? How'd you make all that work so late in the race?
Oh, just maintain lap time. Find you a good lap time that's close to the leaders, and maintain that lap time, and that way you don't burn up your tires and stuff like that way too fast. Give and take. Somebody wants to take a spot, you just kind of give it to them and let them go, because you're going to see them here in about another 20 laps, 30 laps, something like that. So you just kind of give and take, and be consistent on your lap times, and you can work your way up through the field. Then, I knew we'd probably get a few cautions towards the end, and just take advantage of where you was given the spots. And then there towards the end, I knew if I could get to that outside on a restart, and hold that outside for at least 2 laps, I could maintain a good finishing spot. So I had to throw a slide job to get there, but it was doable, and we got her done coming home second. So I'll take the results of that.
Absolutely. You narrowly beat out the 13 machine of Kinder by 0.075 of a second crossing the line. But, all that carnage behind you, were you worried at all that you're going to get caught up in that?
Uh, a little bit, but with that green white checker, you just kind of gotta put that in, put that out of your mind, and kind of go for it, and keep your fenders off everybody, and try to control everything the best you can. And whatever happens there behind you or around you, you just got to play a little defensive driving, and hope for the best outcome on that.
Well, you did a fantastic job of that tonight, Tyler, finishing out here in second, like I said, up 8 positions. You only got the 1 lap led, but, it's very still impressive to get up here in second place so late in the race. But is there anybody you'd like to say thanks to, Tyler, for your success tonight?
Want to thank all the sponsors that make this possible. Golden Suzuki Honda for sponsoring the the series, and then Kinder Farmer Ranch, No Neck Fast Repair, Salty South Leather, Flexible Freight Solutions, and Beast 3D Printing. All of them guys for chipping in to be able to put this on. It means a lot for them guys to be able to do it. Being an actual admin of the league, and the guy that puts the schedules together, and all that stuff, it means a lot for those guys to come on board, and do what they do to help us out. So a big thank you to those guys. And I guess if I do get to interview, that's a way to thank our sponsors, is me get on there and do it as an admin and a race director. So big thank you to those guys, and thank you to you guys for broadcasting this. So we sure do appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem at all, Tyler. We enjoyed doing it and love being here to watch you guys race every Sunday night. So thank you for your time, Tyler, and we're going to move on to our first place finisher here tonight.
All right, appreciate it.
And that leaves us with one more to go here. That's going to be our number 1 spot of Elliot Carlson here. We'll get Elliot up into the booth and see what he has to say about that race win. Elliot Carlson, Logan up here in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do, Logan. You got me.
I most certainly do, buddy. Great win tonight. 93 laps led. You started out in first on that pole position. You took home that, excuse me, that Kinder Farm and Ranch pole award tonight, and you closed it out on the back end. But, buddy, what a finish. You fell back quite a bit there on the want to say it was the third to last pit cycle, or well, third to last caution with the pit cycle. Fell back to 4th or 5th position, able to work your way back up to the front. Just give me a quick rundown on how you're able to make all those passes and make it look so easily out here tonight.
Well, being out front's the easiest, right? And in all honesty, I just missed open pit road. I wasn't paying attention, so that's what kind of cycled me back there. And then I knew, like, if we got another long green flag run, my tires were pretty good compared to other people. So I just kind of saved my tires, tried to maintain pace with them. And then I knew after a while, some of the guys would be burning up the right fronts and the right rears. And a little bit of luck, and it all worked out.
It most certainly did, and 93 laps led is well over half of the race here. But you just did a fantastic job to start the race. You led probably 50 to 60 of those laps before you had any sort of issue where you fell back in the pack. Took you a little while to get back up to the front, but a constant battle between yourself in the 09 and then Bigley in that 28. He never seemed to let you go. Kinder in that 13. You know, you had battles pretty well the entire race, never really getting separation too much. I think the most about a second and a half or so, but you were able to obviously fend them off the entire time. What was your strategy behind keeping those cars behind you?
As tires wore, right, gets a little harder to weigh down the throttle when you're trying to pass somebody underneath. So kind of, take a little more defensive line, let them have the bottom, especially off of 4, right? Like, and myself included, I did it once. You got wheel into it and you put the throttle down, it's easy to get loose and lose a bunch of ground. So you kind of, you go where they aren't. Well, if I go a lane up, they got to go underneath me, and it just makes it harder on their tires and pays dividends in the long run.
Absolutely. And I guess the only other question I have for you, Elliot, I noticed that after you crossed that start finish, you kind of spun it to the bottom of the field, came back and went head on with the 28 machine of Bigley. It didn't feel like celebrating too much, huh?
That's kind of a thing with this league, right? Like after we win, like a lot of people are crashing and everything. So I was trying to do like a power slide, and I totally messed that up. So I just turned it around. I was like, I want to hit the first truck I see, and it turned out to be Bigley.
Well, nothing wrong with that. If that's tradition here, it might as well stick around. But Elliot Carlson, race winner here tonight at Nashville Fairgrounds. Fantastic job, buddy. Is there anybody you'd like to say thanks to?
I'd like to say thank you, Logan, for doing the broadcast. And then Kinder Farm and Ranch, No Next, Fast Repair, Salty South Weathers, and Flexible Freight Solution. And then Beast 3D Printing. And then I'd also like to thank my fiance in the background being productive. And then on my car, I got Dylan Bates on my hood. He raced up the All-American 400, so shout out to him. Flexing Chuck on my quarter panels, Ravishing Rick's booty shorts on my bumper, and then Velocity Motorsports, love racing with those guys, and then Jet Designs, they painted my truck for me. So check out Josh Oswald's Jet Designs if you get a chance.
An interesting combination of sponsors there on the 09, but again, fantastic job tonight, buddy, and we will see you next week at New Hampshire.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Logan.
That concludes tonight's post-race coverage of the original Rebels Racing League Truck Series presented by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing to the V-Speed channel so you never miss another race. From everybody behind the scenes, Adam Baker, Bradley Cooper, Eddie Smith, and your regular host for this series, Morgan Cook, I've been Logan Threlkeld. Good night, and we hope to see you next Sunday at New Hampshire.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
Cabot,
Where did he come from? Here comes Swack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag.